How about them Cowboys? What a day in the NFL. Rough day for a lot of people. Pips pick'ems. And that game last night lived up to the billing, but first, that Packers-Lions game. Gamble. Does it again. The more eyeballs that are on a Lions game, like yesterday, nationally televised game with millions watching, the more he has to show the world how big his schlong is and kick his own tail, as he did against the Packers yesterday. Lions season on the brink. They will face the winner of last night's game next Sunday. That being America's team. We'll talk about that more at Bear Scott Stadium on Monday, trust me. The CBS game lived up to the billing. I talked about it yesterday, how the Chiefs-Cowboys game featured the two most despised teams in the country going at it, back and forth. It was hard to tell who was going to win that game. Both teams balling out, and it was the Cowboys coming out on top. As Tony Romo pointed out, the Cowboys have now beaten the two participants in Super Bowl 59 last year in a matter of 4 days. And they have another big one coming up against Detroit. And then last night, a big upset in Baltimore. Bengals over Ravens. Ravens have no excuses for that one. That is incredible that they could lose that game. But the Bengals did have Joe back. Yeah, as you can see, that made a huge difference. All right, so three games down, and then we have a game tonight. A big one tonight. And that game is going to be the Eagles versus, don't see any Bears in here. Bear Scott saying we're going to shock the world. Both teams are 8-3, Bears. It's not like they're a 3-8 team like the Bengals were last night. No such thing as shock the world anymore in the NFL with the parity and riggings afoot. Current water temperature at the beach area here on the 28th of November. A drop from yesterday. It is now 54.7. The record high is 54.9. Back in 2020, it was still kind of warm in late November that year. And then the record low, 46.9 in 2008. All right, let's see how much it drops tomorrow, because we're having a really cold day and a really cold evening. So I think we'll drop another degree at least tomorrow at the beach area. But this is Friday, day 5 of Thanksgiving Fest. Hope you guys have had a great Thanksgiving Fest. This is the final day of Thanksgiving Fest. This is a change. Last year we did it through Saturday after Thanksgiving. This year we're trying the Friday after. So, and ending it there. I have a feeling that's a better schedule. So just to recap, Thanksgiving Fest. We'll do a full recap tomorrow on Thanksgiving Fest. But just to recap, night 1 of Thanksgiving Fest was our Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, 1973. Night 2 was Mama the Schoolgirl, 1977. That one picked by Yukon. Charlie Brown Thanksgiving was picked by DNR Manny. Night 3 was Molly's Pilgrim, 1985. That one, now a must-watch for Thanksgiving Fest. And then Night 4, last night's feature presentation, one of our must-watches, Franksgiving 2014, starring Tony Bingham. His fiance is played by Jen Chervinik. She plays Donna. And a bunch of other no-names. There's also an actor named Chris Frank in this. So, for playing trivia, pretty easy to remember. Last night's feature presentation, Franksgiving 2014 has a guy with the last name Frank. 4 down, 1 to go. 1 must-watch down the hatch. And our final must-watch, still on the board, with 1 night to go. Tonight, night 5 of Thanksgiving Fest 2025. Tonight's feature presentation for night 5 will be our final must-watch, and it is The Day After Thanksgiving, 1952. This one starring Ozzie Nelson, Don DeFore, Arthur Q. Bryan as the butcher, Eileen Jansen as the neighbor on the bike, Ellen Corby is the aunt you see on the phone. Also featuring Harriet Nelson, David Nelson, and Ricky Nelson. And Esmeralda as the turkey. Free paper. Stranger Turned Hero. Huh. It's like something about community building. Alright, may have to check that out. Something about VUU, Virginia Union. Alright, so that's tonight's feature presentation. Wow, okay, so a couple deaths to... First, let me get to the... something interesting to point out about all 5 of this year's features for Thanksgiving Fest. This was not planned at all, but all 5 of the features that I just mentioned are all like the exact same running time. They're like between 24 and 25 minutes. Absolutely incredible. So no full-length features this year. Andy did a couple of full-length features. He did Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. He did 1997. He did the Miracle on 34th Street, 1947. And he also did yesterday's Macy's Thanksgiving Parade, 2025. So he did a very, very good at Thanksgiving Fest this year. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but all of Peter's films for Thanksgiving Fest, the same running time, and all of these films were great. I think it was a great set list for the short 5 days. There was only one first-time entry. That was Mama the Schoolgirl, 1977. So, a lot of fun this year for Thanksgiving Fest. And we have a couple of deaths to announce. So, rest in peace, Frank Fuzzy Zeller, passing away at 77. He was a lifetime exemption for the Masters after winning the 1979 Masters. Also won a major in 1984. I forget which one, maybe the U.S. Open. So Fuzzy Zeller, golfing great, passed away. And also, oldest survivor of the Tulsa Race Massacre has died at 111. This is Viola Ford Fletcher. Rest in peace, Viola Ford Fletcher. Wow. Never heard of her, but that's a hell of a life right there. All right. A quick live pickup of a death report. All right, and just because the beach area visits are done for 2025, 99% sure about that, doesn't mean there still aren't premiere videos right here on the Frank Etiquette channel. We have back-to-back premiere videos coming up tonight and tomorrow night. Tonight on the Frank Etiquette channel, we will have the annual, not always a premiere, but annual video of Brown Friday 2025 edition. Premiere tonight, 7 o'clock Eastern Time on the Frank Etiquette channel. Happy Brown Friday to everybody. And tomorrow night, right here on the Frank Etiquette channel, we will do a first ever video of a whiteboard breakdown of Christmas Fest coming up Monday. I will talk about the must-watches for Christmas Fest and the others, as well as the date timeline for Christmas Fest. So do not want to miss that. Premiering tomorrow night, Saturday night, 7 o'clock, right here on the Frank Etiquette channel. Bringing you free content and great community building. We go from Franksgiving to the day after Christmas. This is going to set up an outstanding set list for Thanksgiving Fest 2025. Then we'll have a 2-day break, and then we'll do Christmas Fest. All right, boys. Eagles, Bears tonight. A little preview of that last night. Watching a special on the Fog Bowl, Christmas Eve, or New Year's Eve, 1988. Buddy Ryan versus Mike Ditka. All right, guys. I don't think even the afternoon trivia karma will save Bear Scott tonight. I got 60 after getting blown out yesterday in Pips Pick'ems, and the Duck Man rising fast in Pips Pick'em standings. I'm determined, and I will pick up 16 points tonight, guaranteed, to roar back into the standings and rise above that Duck line. Happy Brown Friday, everybody.